First and foremost, what the journalists want is they want him to say something that gives them a headline. They want the division. They want FSG not backing him. They want to hear something different. They're going to keep asking him the question until they get him to say something that he doesn't want to say. But he should also be prepared for this, because there's an inevitability about, in a January transfer window, in a team that's underperforming, dramatically underperforming, a team that's clearly got deficiencies, alongside a team that's got injuries, you're going to be asked these questions. There's no good getting up on your high horse and saying something that's about the irritation. These are bog standard questions.
Exactly.
But
they're not being asked because
they want to get
journalist involved wants to create
No,
division.
they do. What journalists do, and with all due respect to your profession, you're going to keep asking a question until you get the answer that you want, and that answer will be leveraged into a headline.
Can I tell you why they're asking the question? Liverpool at the moment, Chelsea, of course,
I agree with you.
misfiring at the moment,
I agree with
and
you.
spending money like there's a house on fire.
It's inevitable.
Liverpool have won 8 and 18 in the Premier League. They're 19 points behind Arsenal.
And that's the flaw in Jurgen Klopp's
The guys you've got at the moment aren't doing it for you.
And that's the flaw in Jurgen Klopp's
You've got
position.
until the 31st of January to change it, might you?
What are you going to do about
There's the
it?
camera, there's the microphone. What will you tell the fans?
And what are you going to do about it? You're absolutely right. And this is the flaw in Jurgen Klopp's argument. His argument is that I can't do anything. I've got a big enough squad. Well, churn it, trade it, move players out, horse trade, refresh, revitalise, get players off your pay people up, get them out the door, free up the squad. What's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain still there for? He's not doing anything for you. Trade him in the summer. All of these things need to be thought through. Trade him in January. Find a solution to your problems. Clearly, by being 10th in the league, in a team that's miles off what it was 6 months ago, and also with significant injuries, what you're saying, Jurgen, is you can't fix it. I do know that he also says, which we should take some degree of support for him on, I'm not getting the best from this team. So before, he's kind of saying, I'm not doing my job, I'm not getting the best from this team. That's my responsibility. Before I start knocking on someone's door about what else I'm entitled to, I better do my job a bit better. So I do like that answer. I do think that, that he doesn't want to say that there isn't any money. He doesn't want to say that he can't get the money out of FSG.
No, but he shouldn't start off with, it must be a language issue.
It is.
Because it's not.
No, it is, Jim.
But it's not.
They're asking the same question. He's already answered the question. If the team's performance last week, they got beat by Brentford. They were crap against Wolves in the Cup. They got beat by Brentford. They've gotten beaten previously. They've got beaten against by Brighton. Up came the same question. Because what the journalist wants to hear in an ideal world, is, I've got no money. And then that spirals up to FSG are letting Klopp down. Will Klopp stay at Liverpool? Is Klopp's future in jeopardy? That's where it goes. And he doesn't want to give them that. That's why he's saying it must be a language problem. I've answered the question. I've given it to you once. When we got beat last week, I gave you the answer. We got beat this week, you can ask me the same question again. And if we get beat next week, you can ask me the same question again. I've given you the answer. What's the matter? Are you deaf? And that's where he's going with that. But the problem is, if you're the journalist in the room, what are you going to do? Not going to do your job. You're going to say, well, hang on, Jurgen, you gave me the answer last week, but clearly your squad isn't good enough. This ain't going to get any better. Then Klopp's going to turn around and say, when I get players back, we're going to be in better nick. And around we go. And he kind of took the argument away by saying, our squad is better than what we're doing. That's on me.
Do you think they win this Cup replay at Wolves?
Yeah.
Okay. It's live in talkSPORT.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.